Welcome. We're here today to talk a little more about what I'm calling the unified path, that is to say, a spiritual path that involves all of us, all of the elements of our person, body, mind, heart, and soul. That's important because a spiritual path needs to be holistic. It needs to address all of us. And a quick look at the history of mysticism shows us that all of the great saints and sages have really practiced paths that have been holistic, that deal with body, mind, heart, and soul. There are several other videos we have available, which you can look at to explore this in a little more detail. But today we're going to focus on one of those important elements, and that element is the body. The body is something, after all, that will be with you all of your life. And it's something that takes a lot of our attention and can give us a lot of energy and pleasure and excitement, as well as pain and difficulty. But it's something that's always with us, and if we can make it part of our awareness, if we can make it an element of our own spiritual path, then all the better, and that closes the loop in terms of body, mind, heart, and soul. So let's talk about the body a little more. The body is a source of connection, and using the body often gives us that feeling of being present and alive and part of things. That's a great use for it, and that reminds us why we're doing the spiritual path anyway. But we need to pay attention to it, and that's often hard to do. It's kind of like a new mother with a small child, that she pays attention and learns the subtleties of what that child is communicating. Similarly, if we pay attention to our bodies, we'll get some of those subtle messages that may speak to a need for nutrition or a need for care of some kind. But we have to pay attention, and we have to do this regularly to be good at it and to get the most out of it. For me, one of the things I do is a 1-minute body meditation, and that's simply taking the time to be quiet and examine my body from bottom to top, just quickly, to see what's there. And often there are things that I wouldn't have noticed otherwise. Perhaps I'm a little dehydrated and I'm thirsty. Perhaps there's an ache in my back that indicates I've really been spending too much time at the computer. Or there's some tension in my chest left over from a conversation I had earlier in the day. Just those kinds of things. So a minute look is helpful, and it's something that I've found helpful, as well as taking a little bit deeper look, which is something I do as a regular practice. And again, let me say that in order for these things to work as a component, as an important part of the spiritual life, they need to be done regularly with as much presence and awareness as possible. So let's talk about a simple body ritual of awareness, and one that I use. It's very simple, and it can take as little time as you like or as long as you like, but it goes like this. Sit down and get comfortable. Just be comfortable. Take a grounding breath, and then just examine your body from the bottom to the top, starting with the soles of your feet and your heels and the sides of your feet and your toes, and moving up all the way to the top of your head, slowly trying to examine what's there. And then when you get to the top, put your hands on your heart. Just an expression that you're finished, you care, and it's successful. When you do that, you'll find lots of information about things that your body needs and the things that you can do with your body that are important for your life in general, your spiritual life in particular, and your awareness of all of these things. Now, having done this once a day, you can also use that opportunity, use that experience that you've just had, this exploration of yourself, when you have a spare moment. just a moment, while waiting for the kettle to boil, while waiting for someone to join a Zoom conference, while anything else is going on, instead of just waiting, here's a chance to be a little more aware of what's going on inside you. And if you can do that, you'll be better, your life will be better, and your body will be better.